Hey everybody, this is your girl Tracy, and I am leaving the movie theater after watching Girls Trip. And if you have not gone to see this movie, make it part of your weekend plans because it was simply amazing. It was in a sold out theater, full of women, everyone laughing, singing along, enjoying themselves, clapping, cheering them on. Great storyline, great acting, just an awesome movie. And I will be talking to you guys later about it. So get out, check out the movie. Hey everybody, this is Tracy, and I finally made it home from the movie theater. I went to see the movie Girls Trip, and it actually was a fundraiser for a local organization. And I keep calling this organization Leaf, but it's not Leaf, and I forgot to write down what it was called. But it's a local family here. The daughter's name is Shannon Ligon, and she's an attorney. And then there's the aunt, Michelle Ligon, who's also an attorney. And then the mother, Mindy Ligon, the father, Reggie Ligon, and then their son, Brian. They're all dentists. So they were sponsoring this movie as a fundraiser. I think it's Shannon's organization that was putting on the outing. And we met at Buffalo Wings, I think it's called, and had, little hors d'oeuvres and drinks. And then we went over to the movie, and the movie was at the Cobb Theater. And I am not a movie goer. It takes a lot for me to leave my house and go to the movies. I don't know what it is about me and being in dark places with people I don't know, but I don't know, a little claustrophobic to me. But anyway, wanted to go check out this movie and show it some love and support because Will Piker is from St. Petersburg. He's a homeboy, and like I say, his mom was actually at the movie, and I actually have some footage, and I might incorporate from the happy hour that we had. I may incorporate that into this video as well.
From here. So we're going to allow her to draw up to 8 raffle tickets. We're raffling off the Girls Trip paraphernalia that came from NBC Universal. And on top of that, if you purchase your ticket online, you should already have your email address. But we're going to start a master list, so everyone, when you leave, to go to the movie theater, when you leave here, make sure we have your name and email address. Because additionally, outside of this raffle, there's an online raffle for you to win up to 4 round-trip tickets, airfare and accommodations, a spa package, and $1,000. Sounds good, right? Yeah! So make sure that's separate from this. So we're going to allow this virus to draw our 8 promos. All right. Everybody have their tickets out? Yeah. All right. Who feels great? Who feels great? All right. Ticket.
Well, lo and behold, after I left the movie theater and was trying to get back out on the main road to come home, there was like police activity all over the place. And so we came out of the parking lot, down the main road, went about 2 or 3 blocks, and then the police had the road blocked off, and they told us to go back into the parking lot. So we go back in the parking lot, and at this particular mall, there was a Sears, and you guys know that Sears is going through it right now. So the Sears department store that was at this mall had is shut down back in January, I think someone said, and they demolished the building. So all of that area where that Sears was is blocked off, and so there was no outlet to get back out or go around to the other side of the mall to get out of the parking lot. So we end up circling around the whole parking lot and ending up back where we were when the police told us to turn off, that we couldn't go straight. So y'all know me. I had to stop the police officer. It was like, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but I am telling you how to do your job. But why don't you block, if you're going to direct people back into the parking lot, block off that part where we're trying to get back to the south side of town and tell people that they got to go all the way back out, go back down by the movie theater, and then they're going to have to head west and circle around, you know, to like basically circle around the back part of the city to get back to our neighborhood. And he was like, oh ma'am, he says, I wish I could, but we don't have enough manpower because we have like a 30 blocks, you know, area blocked off. And he said there's just not enough people, you know, enough police officers to spare to, you know, to get you know, the direct traffic in the parking lot to let people know that they need to go the other way. So I was like, okay, well, since we're having this conversation, what's going on? So he was like, I wish I could tell you, but I can't tell you what's going on. So right now there's an area of the city I live in that is totally under siege because I ended up going north. Once I got, you know, onto another street, I went north. I had to go all the way down, which would equate to probably about 10 blocks, and then I tried to circle back around, but then I ended up having to turn off and go through another neighborhood. So it took me a minute to get home, but I am safe and sound, and I have checked like all the news websites. I've checked the newspaper websites, and the only thing I can get is that there's police activity and stay clear of the area. So I don't know what's going on. Posted something on Facebook, and someone commented on the Facebook page that is really weird because the same thing is happening in another part of town. So I don't know if they're doing like some drills or something or what's going on, but I'm hoping, you know, nothing bad has happened and, you know, nobody has lost their life or anything. And then seriously praying that everybody who was attending the movie that I attended, that they all made it home safe and sound. So let's get into the review for this movie. If you have not gone to see Girls Trip, get your girls tomorrow and go see this movie because it was amazing. It was so funny, and the theater I was in, it was sold out. So it was the group of women, you know, who I attended the movie with as part of this fundraiser, and then the movie theater itself was sold out. And that is like I said, I don't go to the movies that often. I think the last time I was at the movies was I went to see Birth of a Nation, which was like almost a year ago, back in September of last year. And I think it was probably 5 of us in the theater that day. And that's usually how it is when I go to the movies. And I think when I went to see Selma, that theater was packed, but it was only about 10 black people in there. It was just a whole bunch of white people in that theater. So the area I live in is not big on going to the movies, especially for black people. But they showed up tonight and, you know, packed the theater. And it was just such a wonderful feeling, you know, to see a positive movie about black women and about friendship. And so the premise of the movie, not to give away any spoilers or anything, is that the character that's played by Regina Hall, who I love, you know, next to Nia Long, she is one of my favorite actresses, who's really underrated, but, you know, she always does a good job in the movies that she appears in. But she's married to a former football player, and they're building like this dynasty, and they are slated to appear at the Essence Festival. I'm trying to be careful and not give away any details, but they're slated to go to the Essence Festival. So she's thinking about, you know, her and her crew. They were called the Flossie Posse, and it was her, Jada Pinkett Smith, Queen Latifah, and then Tiffany Haddish, who just stole the doggone movie. Okay, she was so awesome and so amazing and so funny in this movie. So looking forward to seeing you know, more great things from her. But they've kind of fallen apart, and so Regina King's role, is it King or Hall? Regina Hall. I'm messing up. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, she decides that she wants to bring the girls back together, invite them to go to this trip, you know, and even though she's going to be working the Essence Festival, they can still hang out and party, which they do. And so Queen Latifah's role is going through some things, and so she may have to compromise her integrity to get herself out of the situation that she's in. And I don't really want to give any spoilers away, so I'm just going to say spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, you may not want to watch the rest of this video until after you've seen the movie. But so they get to New Orleans and they find out that the former football player is fooling around with this Instagram girl, and so they want Regina's character to like face up to what's going on. Don't let this man use her, but she's trying to hold on to that wholesome, perfect image that she has. And so there's some things that happen while they're in New Orleans that kind of forces her hand. But they showed clips of concerts and stuff, and the women in the audience, they were singing along with New Edition and some of the other acts that was going on. And they had like the backstage passes, so it kind of gives you an inside look of what the celebrities are going through. And there was a lot of little cameo appearances, and it was a real funny scene between Queen Latifah and Iyanla Vanzant. And what else? Just basically kind of like taking you on a realistic tour of what's going on, in New Orleans during the Essence Festival. And I used to go to Essence every year, and then it kind of just like played out and got old, and I haven't been in a while. But after watching this movie, I'm like, dang, maybe I'll go back to Essence next year and give it another shot, because my youngest daughter, she's never been before. So maybe I'll treat her to Essence next year, because this movie just brought back so many memories and how much fun we used to have when we would take that trip every year. And so what else happened that was good? Oh, Jada Pinkett's character, she has 2 kids, single mom who's divorced, and I think she's a doctor, and they're trying to, it's been 2 years since she's had sex, so they're trying to, get her to hook up with the guy, and she ends up hooking up with your boy Ralph Angel from Queen Sugar. What's his name? Kofi Siriboe or Sirido? But anyway, he was playing a 21-year-old college student, so he's going, try and rock Miss Jada Pinkett's world. And so Tiffany, so she said they were making out. This was so funny. They were making out, and she realized, you guys have seen the commercial where she says, "Move your arm," and he said, "That's not my arm." So she lets them know that, she couldn't have sex with him because he had a really, 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 really big rod. So then Tiffany teaches her this trick where you cut the center, and I've actually heard this before at a one of those things called the pleasure parties. And so where you cut the center of the grapefruit out, and then you slide it down on the guy's penis if he has a really big penis, and then you give him head that way. And so when Jada Pinkett finally decided that she was gonna give him some, she comes out, so they're in the hotel room, and it was like a really nice suite. So Jada and your boy Kofi are in the room, and so then she comes out and gets the grapefruit off the table. So they're like, "Oh girl, get ready to get her some." So she goes in the room, then she comes back out and gets another grapefruit, and they was like, "Oh my God, like what's going on?" Then all of a sudden you hear Kofi start screaming, and Jada comes running out of the room, and she says that the grapefruit juice got in his eye. So she's looking for some drops and stuff in her little bag that she has going on, to try and go help him. But he's screaming and yelling. And then he comes running out of the room, ass butt naked. So for those of y'all that are in love with Mr. Kofi and Ralph Angel, y'all get some frontal and backward nudity. You get to see the whole package. But why does he come running out of the room with the doggone 2 grapefruits supposedly stuck on his penis, and then it still was like this much left hanging out after the 2 grapefruits had been, and they were like some big grapefruits. So that was funny as crap. And not going to give away how the show ended, just a couple of funny moments. Then we've seen the commercial where Jada is stuck on the thing trying to swing from one building to the other building across the street, and ends up urinating on all the people on the ground. So that wasn't the end of the scene, and that scene was real funny too. So I'm not going to give too much of that away. And just, basically the premise of the show was, about Regina and her husband going to New Orleans, and then they have the opportunity to ink this deal where they could have this TV show where, you know, husband and wife TV show, but he messes that up. And her oh, what's that actress name? She used to play on dang, I can't even think of what she used to play on, but she's real funny, white actress with the long red hair. So she was Regina's agent, and she was real funny. You know, she trying to be down for the cause and talking in the slang, and she added a lot of value to the movie because she was hilarious. But just overall, a really good movie. And Jada Pinkett's character had made these jean jacket vests for them. They had like their names on it, and they had bejeweled and all this other like patches and stuff all over the jackets, and they didn't want to wear the little jacket vests. And so at the end of the show, you know, when they all come together and everything works itself out, you know, they throw their jackets on, you know, for unity. Oh, and then Larenz Tate, he plays a really nice role. You know, he does a good job in the movie, and I liked his little role and everything. But I just, I would say on a scale of 5, that's the girlfriends. On a scale of 5 girlfriends, I gave it 5 girlfriends. It was a really good show. You know, let's support when movies come out that are really positive and uplifting. Let's go out and support them, you know. And I can't wait to see, you know, what the numbers are this weekend for what the movie did, because it should have been like at the top of the charts, like in the top 3 movies for this weekend. So that's it for me, guys. If you've gone to see the movie, you know, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't gone to see the movie, leave me a comment. Let me know when you're going to see it. And if you don't plan on going to see it, let me know why you're not going to see it. And guys, come on, let's support our Black talent. Don't buy bootlegs. Support artists. I support artists. Don't buy the bootleg version. Go to the movie, support Will Packer, support these phenomenal actors. You know, be a positive force within the Black community and let them know that we do support each other. And we want to see more and more and more of these type of movies. So that's it for me, guys. I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend, and I shall talk to you guys later. Oh, and don't forget to check out, I was up to 5 o'clock in the morning this morning, determined I was going to get that Being Mary Jane and Queen Sugar recaps up. So please go and check those out. They're up. Power from last weekend is up, and then I think what I'm going to do is, since I stay up late Saturday night to catch Power when it first airs on the app, I may just stay up and actually do the video, because if I don't do the video, you know, right after the show goes off, it might be a day or 2 before I get it, and that really impacts my my views. But I just be so tired sometimes. But anyway, take care, guys. Leave your comments, rate the video, subscribe to the channel, and I shall talk to you later. Bye-bye.